my friends, and right away I want to start with the Bakhmut direction, as a critical situation has arisen there. Unfortunately, the General Staff, starting from yesterday's evening briefing, officially announced that the Russians have begun to storm Chasiv Yar and the microdistrict Novyi. Just so there are no doubts, here is a direct quote from the General Staff.
In the Bakhmut direction, our soldiers repelled 11 attacks in the areas of the settlements of Chasiv Yar, Novyi, Klishchivka, and Avdiivka of the Donetsk Oblast, where the enemy, with the support of aviation, tried to improve the tactical position. The enemy also carried out airstrikes in the areas of Mykolaiivka, Zalizn, and Avdiivka, and Deliivka settlements of the Donetsk Oblast. More than 10 settlements, including Bodanivka, Kalinivka, and Chasiv Yar of the Donetsk Oblast, came under artillery and mortar fire.
The occupiers here are attempting to break through to the outskirts of Chasiv Yar. As seen, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are repelling attacks, but the situation remains challenging. Meanwhile, fighting continues in the areas of Klishchiivka and Avdiivka, although yesterday's battles in the Ivanivsky area were unsuccessful for the Russians. The front line there remains unchanged. Against this backdrop and in such a challenging situation with support, Zelensky said in his latest interview that the end of May to June could see a possible Russian counteroffensive, and without US support, Ukraine could lose.
Дивлячись на факт дефіциту відповідної зброї, амуніції, з цього факту і дивлячись на те, що ми починаємо готувати бригади до відповідних важливих для нас дій, ми стабілізували ситуацію. Вона краще, ніж 2-3 місяці назад. Але важливо, що ми всією інформацією ми ділимось з нашими партнерами і говоримо, що Росія буде готувати контрнаступальні дії, і це може бути кінець травня, може бути червень місяць. І до цього ми повинні не тільки готуватися, не тільки стабілізувати, тому що партнери іноді вони дуже радіють, що ми стабілізували, вони тримають за нас кулаки, як то кажуть, і кажуть, окей, у вас є сили. Ми кажемо, ні, нам треба зараз допомога, зараз для того, щоб готувати відповідні бригади, яким прийдеться.
Mr. President, I want to ask you, first of all, can you describe what the frontline fighting is like as we head into spring?
What's going on now on the front line?
Yeah.
Okay, so the situation is we stabilized it on the east. Mm-hmm. It's better than it was 2 months ago, 2-3 months, when we had a big deficit of artillery, ammunition, different kinds of weapons.
But he says they can't hold that line much longer without more military aid, and now.
So you're expecting a counteroffensive in May, June from the Russians?
I think so.
We have almost no artillery remaining.
Last month you said if we have American support we will win, if we don't have American support we will lose.
It's true.
Simple as that. Ukraine will lose.
But it's not. But it's not simple.
In the Avdiivka direction, today the situation has somewhat stabilized. So it's reported that the Ukrainian Armed Forces repelled one attack in Semenivka, and the occupiers failed to capture the village. Shelling also continues, and further south, in the area of Prvomaiske, all attacks have ceased, and the Russians have begun another regrouping. In the direction of Marinka, the occupiers continue to storm the areas of Georgiivka and Novomykhailivka, so 13 attacks were recorded during the day. But, as before, they didn't succeed. Despite their difficult situation, the front line remains unchanged. In the Vuhledar direction, the occupiers continue shelling along the front line, and after another setback in the area of Staromayorsk, attacks near Priyutny are recorded. So here, across the fields, they are attempting to expand the controlled territory, but the Ukrainian Armed Forces maintain their defense and don't retreat from their positions. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, the occupiers are again storming the positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the area of Verbove, and assaults on Robotyne continue. So shelling also persists along the entire front line, but no changes along the front line were recorded during the day. In the Kherson direction, shelling continues on the right bank and the village of Marinka on the left bank. So the General Staff again reports attempts to dislodge the Ukrainian Armed Forces from the foothold. However, all attacks are unsuccessful and the front line remains unchanged. Now, let's turn to the Luhansk direction. In the area of Siversk, the occupiers have resumed storming Bilohorivka. However, elsewhere along the front line activity is low. So they are striking in the rear and this time near Mykolaiivka. In the direction of Crimea, the number of shelling incidents has increased, but all the assaults failed to bring success for the Russians, and the front line remains unchanged. So today, battles are ongoing in the area of the village of Terny, but the Ukrainian Armed Forces continue to actively destroy Russian formations advancing as before. In the area of Svatove, everything remains the same. One strike was recorded in the populated area of Barava, but no attacks are conducted and the situation along the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Kupiansk, shelling continues, and the occupiers refrain from new offensive action, so it seems they are once again accumulating forces and equipment. So today, in addition to shelling Ukrainian territory, the Russians continue to shoot down their own fighter jets. In Sevastopol, Crimea, another Su-27 was shot down. The Russians claim that the pilot was rescued and the aircraft was diverted away from that city before crashing into the sea. However, Putin previously stated that Russian air defense systems cannot shoot down their own aircraft.
Наши системы ПВО по своему самолету по определению наносить удар не могут. Там стоят системы свой-чужой, и сколько оператор на кнопку бы не нажимал, наши системы ПВО не сработали бы. Техника. Да и средства поражения на месте изъятые, они говорят о том, что это именно ракета ПВО. Поэтому это значит, либо их плохо научили, либо они плохо учатся сами по себе, либо не в состоянии как следует управлять такими системами. Скорее всего, это системы Patriot American.
But there is one problem. The Ukrainian Armed Forces currently lack the means to shoot down aircraft over the territory of Crimea. And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.